And what does accountability look like to you for both the young offenders and DJS?
Start with DJS. Accountability looks like to me that we are following the rules that are set out for us. That means we are following Maryland law.
Bringing accountability to the Department of Juvenile Services is a concern for many in Maryland, despite a new leader at DJS.
Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost looks at what is and isn't happening in Baltimore surrounding juvenile crime from the Accountability Desk.
It's been about a month since the new leader of the Department of Juvenile Services, Betsy Fox Tolentino, took over the department. 2 weeks out of the job, I sat down and talked with her about her vision for the agency. Here's what she told me.
You said that it's important for DJS to follow the laws. Do you believe that under your predecessor that wasn't happening?
I believe that we have to ensure that our operations are very closely aligned. And so I'm going to dig in and see where do we need to make some tweaks to be able to make sure that, again, we're following all the rules that are set out for us in a way that gets the best outcomes for our young people.
The outcomes don't appear to be changing just yet. From June 11th through June 26th, DJS told us law enforcement forwarded 689 complaints to DJS and requested detention 86 times. Of those 86 requests, DJS okayed detention 23 times, put kids on GPS monitors 28 times, and released the juveniles 35 times. The rest of the cases were either resolved at intake, referred to the various state's attorney's offices, or the juvenile was sent to some sort of programming. Last week, a prominent Connecticut pastor was in Baltimore for a funeral. He says he was carjacked by an armed teenager.
I forgive him, but he needs to go to jail, and he needs to serve time.
Baltimore police later arresting a 16-year-old and 2 other teens in the car. In Remington, a shop owner says 2 teens were involved in a robbery of this store, and in nearby Hamden, 5 young people were involved in a carjacking, and 3 of them were already wearing an ankle monitor at the time, and the residents in this area are growing frustrated.
You can't let them keep getting away that way. They need to be punished too, because they know better too.
While this juvenile crime continues to be a concern, violent crime in Baltimore has been on the decline. Since 2022, homicides have dropped 62%. So what's changed since then? Well, in the fall of 2021, Eric Barron took over as the U.S. Attorney from Maryland, and he made it clear about his plans to hold violent criminals accountable in the area.
I have directed my staff to investigate and prosecute repeat violent offenders for any and all wrongdoing that meets our priorities, especially fraud. This Al Capone model of prosecution is designed to take violent people off the streets by any appropriate legal means necessary.
And in January 2023, Ivan Bates was sworn in after ousting Marilyn Mosby as the city's top prosecutor. Bates, too, took a different approach to fighting violent crime after years of Mosby's progressive prosecution policies.
Well, if you're breaking the law, you're going to walk around for legal handguns on the streets, bring your toothbrush with you, because we're going to send you to jail. That's very, very important. If you have an illegal gun, if you're a felon and you want to carry an illegal gun, we're going to invoke mandatory minimums. We're going to be very, very tough on illegal handguns. People will go to jail.
Baltimore City is on pace to see fewer than 300 homicides again this year. And the strong words from those leaders is different than what we're hearing from the leadership over at the Department of Juvenile Services. So we're sending a few questions to the acting secretary to find out what direction she wants to take the department. If a juvenile steals a car, what should the consequences be? Should there be a progression for repeat offenses? We also are asking the secretary if a teen holds someone at gunpoint or beats them during a robbery on the street, should they face automatic jail time? Should they be detained until trial? And what would accountability look like to you in this situation? Another question to Acting Secretary Tolentino is, what changes do you believe need to be made to the current system to break the cycle of repeat young offenders? We We gave DJS a deadline of Friday to get us some answers to all of these questions, so we'll be sure to let you know what the agency has to say. For now, at the Accountability Desk, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.